It's always a good time to buy. Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate, then wait. Homes always appreciate. Interest rates have never been this low. I'm sure you've heard this all throughout the past couple of years, and now you're pretty much wondering, hey, is right now even a good time to buy in general, let alone in Raleigh, North Carolina? Well, we're gonna actually discuss this right on this video. Let's get after it. What's up, everybody? Ronnie Polynice here. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. If it's not, welcome back. And while I have your attention, make sure to hit the subscribe, like, and the bell so you are notified every time I do a video sharing information about what it's like to live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and even if you're thinking about it. So this gives you the ability to know exactly what to expect when you get here. Just as much as I enjoy making these videos, I am a licensed realtor here in North Carolina, and I would love the opportunity to be able to assist you in helping you in either identifying where should you move, where should you be, or better yet, any questions you have about the area. So as you can see, my number is going to pop up right there. Go ahead and give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe on the weekends. I got your back in this market. But with that being said, let's get after it and identify, is it a good time to buy real estate in Raleigh, North Carolina? So before I begin, I'm going to share my personal take. And of course, it's going to be biased as I am a licensed realtor here. But I personally don't see anything happening in real estate within the next couple of years or so. I mean, for one, yes, interest rates are extremely high. But if you really look at things, this is kind of a balance. This is where interest rates typically are over the course of a long period of time. Not only that, but we have a really great job market, as Federal Jerome Powell has said over and over again. And really, rent prices have continued to rise, so which means the demand is still really there. So I will say, if one of those metrics do break or something starts to happen within the world, then that's definitely something that you can keep an eye on to see, hey, is it still a good time to buy in Raleigh, North Carolina? Okay, so what makes Raleigh, North Carolina so dang special? I mean, you got every news reporter talking about it now. It shows up on the map. You have people moving here on a consistent basis. Well, let's figure out. One thing I would definitely say is the quality of life that you get here. Many people have moved here for family reasons, whether it's actually moving to be closer to family or actually moving their family just for a better quality of life, retirement, job opportunities, and of course, the lifestyle. I mean, these are all different things that Raleigh, North Carolina provides. And I shouldn't even specifically say Raleigh because I think North Carolina in general provides this really well for anybody that's actually looking into the area. It's growing. So I will say, and you'll probably hear me say this a lot, if you like growth, you're willing to grow with a state, you can see a potential in a state, this is probably one of the places you're going to want to be because it's constantly growing. And honestly, I don't know what it's going to look like in 10 years from now, but I think Raleigh, North Carolina has a bright future. A lot of people make the comparison as if you want to see what Raleigh, North Carolina is going to look like, a good comparison is to look at what Charlotte is currently doing and kind of seeing what they have going for themselves. So you can make that comparison to see. Maybe actually that's a pretty good video to make for you guys. What do you think? All right, let's move on. Here's another reason why it may be a good time to buy in Raleigh, North Carolina, because it is actually the capital of North Carolina. Now, any city that is the capital and you're lagging behind other cities that actually is portrayed, like for instance, Charlotte, is pretty much a lot of people look at Charlotte as, hey, this should be the capital because they have way more going on. They're well established. Their infrastructure is just set ready to go. Whereas in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's more of a development aspect that Raleigh is experiencing. However, any city that is the capital and experiencing some sort of development, I'm going to let you think about what in the heck could happen here. I mean, it could go for the better. It could work out for the worse. It all depends on what your specific lifestyle is. But I just want to point out that Raleigh, North Carolina, being the capital of North Carolina, it gives extreme amounts of growth and opportunity just for itself. I don't know any real capital out there, any city that's a capital that doesn't really provide a lot of opportunities, if that makes sense. Actually, hey, look, if you can see behind me, you probably can, you probably can't, but I kid you not. This is what North Carolina is like. It just started raining out of nowhere. It's not nothing bad. It's not nothing dramatic. It's just, where did this rain come from? It wasn't on the forecast. It was probably just a passing cloud. But this is what goes on in North Carolina. And look, it's about to dry up in a few seconds here. It started raining, and now it's probably been about 2 minutes since it started raining. And it's insane. Maybe this isn't a good reason why to move to North Carolina in general, but this is it. This is what goes on here, and I'm really giving you guys a full spectrum of everything. Sorry for the wind. Let's let the wind pass by. But yeah, as you can see, it was really dry out. You probably saw the sprinklers going on, and next thing you know, all I do is look up and I saw rain just coming out of nowhere. But this is North Carolina for you. You get weathers that, 1 second is dry, next second is rain, and next second the rain is gone. This weather is insane. Now this rain just made everything a lot more humid. I should really wrap things up fairly soon here, simply because I don't want to be trapped in the humidity. However, another reason why you may want to consider moving to Raleigh, North Carolina, I kind of briefly discussed it already, which is the job market. I mean, we have major corporations like Apple coming here. I believe Google's already have little hubs here. I don't think the major corporation is at least moving their headquarters here. Meta, I believe, it's been in talks and consideration. I don't know if they've actually put that plant down to actually make it happen. We had electric vehicle companies. I don't remember what exactly the company is named, but these are all different companies looking at North Carolina. There was even multiple different opportunities that North Carolina had, but they just didn't win the bid. You know how that goes, right? But that just goes to show you that a lot of people are looking at North Carolina as a potential place to be in. The first places that they are looking at is RTP, which is Research Triangle Park, which is literally in the middle of Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. So that kind of gives you an idea of where they are kind of locating themselves. But all throughout North Carolina, Raleigh specifically, there is opportunities everywhere. So if you're someone who actually has a business and you're looking to relocate, consider North Carolina, Raleigh specifically, because everyone is doing it. I mean, it's a good place for entrepreneurs to connect. It's a good place to meet other individuals who are starting something new or actually branching off to do something, or maybe just relocating everything, right? But not only that, but you have a ton of breweries. So for all you beer drinkers out there, man, this is a place where you're gonna find everywhere. They're all over the place. I'm not too much of a beer drinker. I actually, the other day, a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, let's go to a brewery." I was like, "Man, I don't drink beer," but he's like, "Just come on, man, let's try something." And I actually found one, surprisingly, that was a little bit on the better side, something I can handle, something I actually wanted to drink. It was on the sour side, so sorry if I'm not like you guys, and you guys like those hot IPAs and that bitter taste. Yeah, nah, I'm sorry, it's just not for me. But in addition to that, you do have a ton of foodies. This is becoming a place where I personally think there's going to be a lot of different cultures. So you're going to have the ability to try a lot of different foods. Now, I know I talked about there's a lot of people moving here. I just want to share a little story here that I actually experienced the past couple of weeks, I would say. And I was out networking, and I met two people at the same event who are both from California. Now, that's not a coincidence. I think it's more and more people that are coming here, moving from different places. But I went to another one just a week after, and I met a guy again from California. Probably three Californians that I've met in the past couple of weeks. And I was telling him, I was like, "Hey, have you met anybody else from California?" He said, "No, he hasn't." I was like, "Interesting. That means you just haven't been out enough." So, sure enough, we're still talking, hanging out there, and what happens? Another person from California walks in through the door. I mean, I'm just not saying this. This is primarily what's going on, but there's people coming from all over. But I would say the past couple of weeks, I've seen a ton of people from California move here. So if you're from California, or if you're living in California right now, and you're thinking, "Man, where should I move to?" You might want to think about moving here, because it seems like everybody from California is moving to Raleigh, North Carolina. And man, I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about the colleges. So maybe you're not a person that's in college or actually looking to go to college, or you've done college already, or maybe you're somebody who has younger kids, and you're thinking about, hey, where should I help them get to college, or whatever the scenario may be. I mean, there's a ton of them all over here. As you guys may know, North Carolina specifically, around Raleigh, I should say, has NC State, and if they don't want that big college, the big overwhelming scene, then you have Wake Tech, right, which is a smaller community college in which they can go and do whatever it is that they want to do. But you want to go big and all out, you got NC State, you have UNC, you have Duke, you have Wake Forest. I mean, all these different colleges are in North Carolina, and there's a ton of opportunity there on that aspect for more growth, for more opportunities, for more development within the students in itself that's going to create the new future and the new generation, right? And last but not least, exactly what I'm doing now, right? Sitting outdoors, enjoying nature, enjoying what na- Mother Nature has to offer to me. However, despite the fact that it was just raining, now it's not raining. Now we're probably just going to get a ton of humidity. Besides all that, you'll be fine. To round things up, you're probably thinking, man, there's a lot going on there and it could be quite overwhelming. And that is fair to say because there is people moving here consistently and changing things up all the time. However, you won't be alone in that boat, I will say, because there are people consistently, like I mentioned, just moving here all the time. So everyone is really just adjusting to things as the changes happen. And as long as you're able to make some adjustments, and I wouldn't even say major adjustments, it's more of just small things that are being fixed currently at the moment, or even small things that will end up being something better. Nothing should diminish the reason why you should look into Raleigh, North Carolina. I just truly indeed hope I provided enough information for you today so you can kind of get a feel and understanding of what's happening here. And maybe if you didn't have Raleigh, North Carolina in your map, hopefully now it is. Now I'm sure you probably have a lot of questions because that was a lot to take away. And I only really talked about everything in general. And you're probably like, man, how is this specific to your lifestyle or so on and so forth? If that's you and you do still have questions and you would much rather use my knowledge, my experiences to help you instead of doing all the research yourself, always remember I am a licensed realtor and I enjoy making these videos to share with information about what's going on in the Raleigh, North Carolina market. But not only do I enjoy doing that, I would love to help you with your real estate needs. So if you do have any questions on that, the number is going to pop up right there. Give me a call, shoot me a text, email, day or night, heck, maybe even on the weekends. Just know I got your back in this market. Thank you for watching. Till next time.